are you? Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well, cleaning your hands, staying safe, and checking your work online when you have an opportunity. Okay, so this is part 2 of your recycled water bottle sculptures. Yep, part 2. So I'm going to show you different ways how you're going to create a sculpture. There's tons of ways. Okay, so example number 1. This one here, a 3D piece of art, so you know. All right, and this one here has a hanger. It's holding a hanger. See? Okay, so this hanger is holding all these pieces. This is construction paper. If you don't have it, it's fine. All these tiny little pieces, these are tied with the ties from the bread. Oh yeah, so I save those. Those little ties that candies come in or bread comes in. Those are perfect because they're little wires and you can use them and bend them and so forth. So what I did in here, I punched holes, and if you don't have a hole puncher, you can use a scissor to make a little hole. And then on these pieces here, I use thread. Okay, if you don't have thread, you can use a string, an old shoelace, anything. And what you do is you tie them around the top of the water bottle. Now, I did find out that if you keep the top on the water bottle, it holds the string better. So keep those tops in. These were cut like from last week. These are all 3 pieces, and these are 3 water bottles in a hanger. So that's example number 1. That takes longer. It's a lot of string. You have to tie them and check and test and test them. But if you have time and you would like to experiment that, you can do that. Now, that piece there is called a mobile or mobile, which moves. It's basically, mobile means able to move. And if you have babies at home, your sibling or cousin might have a mobile on top of their crib. Okay, and you probably had one when you were little. So it means that it's moving. So that will move with the wind, with the air conditioning, if someone passes by. That's a mobile. One that moves. And that would be like a chandelier. Of a chandelier. This one used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 water bottles. 5 water bottles. If you don't have 5 water bottles, that's fine. Even 2 would work. And these were cut with the spiral. You see that? They move and they dangle like curly hair. Beautiful curly hair. All right? So this is the chandelier, okay? Oh, what did I do here? I used a ribbon, and I tie the ribbon in between like the top cut and go through the hole of the water bottle and tie them together, okay? You have to be patient with yourself because you're gonna have to put the ribbon through the 3 water bottles after they're cut, of course, okay? And if you cut some last week, you have some already, okay? So this was example number 2. 3, it's a recycled slinky. Oh yes, I love this one. Super easy. Okay, so this recycled slinky, I used 2 water bottles. This is one, this is another one. And you see this? And what I did in the middle, I used a little bit of tape. Now if you don't have tape, you might staple them together. You don't have a stapler, you might have a little piece of tape from somewhere, or even the little wires from the bread, you can use them to tie them together. Okay, the idea is you tie the 2 pieces together, and you see what happens? It is moving, wee, like a slinky, like from the movie Toy Story, the dog Slinky. All right, perfect. This is a slinky, so that was piece number 3. Sample, of course. These are samples only. All right. So we're going to go to different type of sculpture, all right? If you don't want your piece to move, it's okay. Here was 1 water bottle. You see that? 1 water bottle. Now, yes, it will move if you move it purposely, but if I keep it on top of a table for a while, unless there's air conditioning here, it would stay still, okay? And the little eyes, I cut them out of paper and then color them, put the little mouth there. If you can't, that's okay, all right? I'm gonna show you another example. Example number 2, stable sculpture, one that doesn't move. Of course, when I put it down. This one here is almost the same as the other one. I changed the face, and I use is a permanent marker instead of cutting it and gluing it. But if you don't have permanent marker, voila, you can make the eyes with line paper. All right, guy looks like an octopus or some strange creature. If you want a person, just cut some of these tentacles out and just keep arms and legs. It's up to you. All right, and I put the little face, and I kept the top because it looks like a hat. All right. All right, so that's example number, where am I? 2. Example number 3. Example number 3 is the flower. The flower, okay? So in example number 3, depends how you do it. This one here, I use 2 pieces of water bottles. Okay, so the long one is 1 water bottle, which I took the bottom out, and I saved it for something else. All right, and then the top was a piece, like half of another water bottle. So actually I'm gonna take it apart so you can see it. And what I did is I put the larger piece through the hole of the water bottle. And this is a stick from my yard. It's a branch of a small tree that I have, and it fell down. Perfect. Now it didn't go through completely and it stayed, so I put some tape there. But you can like wrap a piece of even fabric and tie it. The other piece, you see the other piece? I use a permanent marker. If you have it, you don't have to. And I put like little seed pods in the middle, and those are the petals of the flower. So I kept the top on it, and I slide it on top, okay? And I will show you in Etsy, I will show you a photograph of this in the yard. So I put it inside a pot with some plants. It looks pretty cool because it shines during the daytime. All right, so this is the other example. So again, your sculptures, you can create them either mobile, okay? Or your sculptures could be stable, that they don't move once you settle them down, like this little guy here, or this little flower, okay? The materials, again, just a quick review. Scissors, of course, if you're cutting water bottles. Permanent marker if you have it. If you don't have it, you don't need it. Glue if you're cutting where's the one with the eyeballs? If you're cutting the little eyes in the mouth with paper, and then you are gluing it, you will need glue if you want to, of course. That's optional. Optional. Everything is optional. If you have thread at home, you can use it, because the cool thing about thread is that you don't see so much the strings, okay? All right, but you don't need it. You can use a shoelace, you can use the old paper, you can use an old t-shirt and cut a string out of it, or a string if you have at home. I have a hole puncher, but again, you can use a scissor to make the hole, and if you have tape, but glue would be fine. And to attach the 2 water bottles, if you're doing the slinky, you can use the tie of the bread. Thank you for watching.